Welcome to Shankar IAS Academy's daily newspaper analysis, 23rd December 2024. Without any delay, let's see today's list of articles. The first article, which is taken from the Indian Express, which talks about India-Kuwait bilateral relationship and the strategic importance towards oil trade. The second article, which is taken from the Hindu newspaper, which talks about most controversial spyware, which is Pegasus, which impose significant threat towards India's cyber security. The third article, which talks about biomedical waste management rules 2016, with the amid of Kerala officials illegally dumped biomedical waste in 6 villages of Tirunelveli. In this, we are also going to see role of National Green Tribunal towards this case. The fourth article, which is taken from the Live Mint. In this article, we are going to see the RBI regulations towards gold auction in banks and NBFCs. Without any delay, let's get into the discussion. Look at this article, which talks about Prime Ministers of India and Kuwait's discussion towards roadmap of future investments and strategic partnership towards the Middle East, which focuses on defense, trade, energy and technology along with the other emerging sectors. For India, one more importance is there. That is, Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi, who is conferred with Kuwait's highest civilian honor of the Order of Mubarak-i-Kabir, which symbolizes the growing friendship ties towards two nations. Let's see in detail about this article. Before getting to the article, we are going to see some of the important geopolitical-economic facts about Kuwait. When it comes to Kuwait, which was bordered by Iraq and Saudi Arabia. So, this is strategically important towards Middle East region and also known for its bordering water bodies which are Persian Gulf, which makes importance in oil export towards India and known for two important key ports. They are Shuaik and Shuaiba. They are strategically important for oil import and export towards the Asian countries. When it comes to energy security of Kuwait, Kuwait is a key crude oil supplier of India who is contributing towards India's energy security. For example, in 2022 to 23, India imported 10.4% of crude oil from Kuwait. With this, let's move on to Indian diaspora in Kuwait. Nearly 1 million Indians in Kuwait strengthened the remittance and ties of Kuwait towards India. In 2022, India receives 87 billion in remittance, a significant share from Gulf countries. Next, we are going to see about the defense cooperation towards India and Kuwait. Both the nations are exploring collaboration in training, technological transfer and joint exercises towards defense collaboration. For example, India invites Kuwait to a defense exhibition like Defense Expo, which was conducted in India. Defense Expo, which showcases the capability and defense strengthening strategies towards India and Kuwait. Let's move on to India-Gulf cooperation. Kuwait's position as Gulf countries cooperation president, which strengthened the India's relationship towards Gulf countries and also which enhances the ties with the Gulf countries, accounts for 18% of India's total trade. For example, West Coast Refinery project in Maharashtra supported by Gulf investments, which clearly shows the increasing Gulf investments in Indian projects. With this all, let's see the recognition of India's leadership in Gulf countries. Prime Minister Modi was recently awarded with the highest civilian award of Kuwait, which is the Order of Mubarak-i-Kabir, which clearly shows the India's role in regional and global diplomacy and towards India-Kuwait growing partnership in Middle East. With this, let's see the India-Kuwait trade and investment opportunities. Investment scope. Kuwait's Sovereign Wealth Fund, Kuwait Investment Authority interested in India's infrastructure development, which was funded with investment scope. Kuwait's Investment Authority, who is interested in India's infrastructure development, which attracts Kuwait's external investment opportunities in India. For example, investment in National Infrastructure Investment Fund for Energy and Urban Development in India. And then pharma and food parks. Focuses on pharmaceutical, food processing and renewable energy of India's growing technology. For example, India's Food Park Initiative, which ensures the Kuwait's food security along with the exports of food products towards Kuwait from India. With this information, let's try to solve the prelims practice question. Which of the following countries share a land border with Kuwait? One is Iraq, second one is Iran, Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, B 1 and 3 only, C 2, 3 and 4 only and D 1, 2 and 3 only. The answer is 1 and 3 only. Iraq and Saudi Arabia only bordering the country of Kuwait, which is strategically important towards Middle East transactions and strategic and oil trade policy in India. With this, let's move on to next article. Look at this article which talks about Kerala officials coordinated with Tamil Nadu authorities begin clearing biomedical waste which are illegally dumped in 6 villages of Tirunelveli. And also National Green Tribunal ordered Kerala government immediately to remove all biomedical wastes from such villages. In this article, from prelims point of view, we are going to discuss about Biomedical Waste Management Rules 2016 and contribution of National Green Tribunal in this case. For this, first we are going to see about key provisions of Biomedical Waste Management Rules 2016, which comes under different categories such as coverage. Coverage talks about all healthcare facilities who are responsible for biomedical waste generation, who are responsible to disposal of wastes. They are such as hospitals, primary healthcare centers, clinic, laboratories and animal houses. For this, Indian government segregated 4 categories of colored bins easy disposal. They are yellow, white, blue and red bins. After that, we are going to on-site treatment. The on-site treatment requires for facilities more than 10 beds or tie up with common biomedical waste treatment facilities. And then we are going to see waste minimizing, which emphasizes on proper segregation and disposal by medical workers and waste management workers. Authorization. There should be a proper regulation towards biomedical waste which was protected by State Pollution Control Board of India. Barcoding, which is tracking wastes and sources of disposal towards tracking system in India, which helps to tackle the biomedical wastes which are contaminated to soil, water and air pollution, which cause some of the deadly contagious diseases in the society. Training and monitoring, which focuses on medical workers towards training and monitoring of biomedical waste management system and strategies to disposal of wastes. And prohibition. State Pollution Control Board strictly prohibits the mixing of biomedical waste into municipal wastes, which can literally contribute to the unwanted diseases and contamination towards the society, which may also result in socio-economic situation of the society. Lastly, it talks about compliances. When it comes to compliances, State Pollution Control Board strictly follow the implementation timelines and waste management systems in India. Let's move on to the impacts of improper handling of biomedical waste one by one. Environmental impact. Environmental impact of biomedical waste can directly hit the soil contamination, water pollution and air pollution, which may cause the imbalance in biodiversity and environmental instability. Let's see one by one. Soil contamination, which can cause leaching of chemicals and pathogens, which will reduce fertility in the land, especially in agricultural lands. Water pollution. Improper handling of biomedical waste which may contaminate water bodies and the groundwater. Air pollution. Burning of biomedical waste can cause toxic gases like dioxin and furans. With this, let's move on to the health impacts created by this biomedical waste. When it comes to health hazards, infectious diseases are very common in improper handling of biomedical waste, and injury to waste handlers and antimicrobial resistance. These components clearly shows the improper handling of biomedical waste hazards towards health directly. Let's move on to economical impact of economical impact, which can increase healthcare and waste management cost because of improper waste management system. Wildlife and livestock. It also causes toxicity to ecological imbalance towards wildlife and livestock in India. Socio and aesthetic issues. Improper handling of biomedical waste can make foul smell, that is foul odor, which can spread disease and reduces the quality of life in that environment. Legal and regulatory issues. Non-compliances with biomedical waste management rules 2016 may lead to penalties and legal actions towards the medical facilities. And it also contribute to the India's international commitment towards the waste management. With this, let's move on to the National Green Tribunal's role towards this issue. Before getting to the role of National Green Tribunal, let's see some important prelims bits about National Green Tribunal, which was established in 2010 and its headquarters is located in New Delhi with 4 zonal councils located in Pune, Bhopal, Kolkata and Chennai. It works under the legal framework of National Green Tribunal Act 2010 as the special court. NGT basically acts as the special courts towards environmental cases to protect environment, forest and other natural resources from exploitation. This National Green Tribunal was composed with the Supreme Court judge as the chairperson with 2 eminent judges. With this, let's see the role of the National Green Tribunal in this case. Judicial oversight. National Green Tribunal, which is acting as the watchdog for the enforcement of biomedical waste management rules 2016. It also handles suo cases which taking cognizance of violation of biomedical waste management rules 2016 and other environmental protection rules. For example, Kerala government dumped illegal biomedical wastes in Tirunelveli villages. Accountability. This National Green Tribunal was holding stakeholdership with state governments and state pollution control boards towards the environmental protection. Lastly, environmental protection. This NGT ensures the protection of environment with their particular rules and special court which prevents environment from contamination of natural resources. With this, let's move on to the actions and impacts of National Green Tribunal. This National Green Tribunal gives directions to authorities regarding removal of illegal waste, installation of treatment facilities and stricter monitoring of waste management. And also it involves in penal actions. When medical facilities who violated the waste management rules 2016 can be recommended with penalties and legal action towards their action. Awareness and training. It gives awareness towards the medical workers and waste management officials and state. This organization promotes awareness programs and capability building towards state government, waste management workers and medical workers and also the state pollution control boards towards the waste management system which is followed in India. With this all, let's try to solve the prelims practice question. Which of the following statement is or are correct about the National Green Tribunal? Statement 1. National Green Tribunal was established under the Environmental Protection Act 1986. Second statement, it has the power to impose penalties for violation of environmental laws. Statement 3, National Green Tribunal's order are binding and can only be challenged in the Supreme Court of India. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1 and 2 only, B. 2 and 3 only, C. 1, 2 and 3, D. 2 only. The answer is 2 and 3 only, because National Green Tribunal was established under National Green Tribunal Act 2010. With this, let's move on to next article. Look at this article which talks about gold auction on the rising trend by NBFCs and financial institutions who offered gold loans which are categorized under non-performing loans based on the guidelines of Reserve Bank of India. In this article, we are going to see the importance of gold auction and its impacts. Let's see what is gold auction. gold auction is otherwise called sale of pledged gold by the customer, by the financial institution or the NBFCs who give loan to the consumer who pledged the gold. It is an regulatory action towards the irregularities in the repayment of gold loans within the stipulated time by the consumer. Regulatory frameworks which are given by the Reserve Bank of India to act on the non-performing loans and minimize the financial burdens of financial institutions and NBFCs who offered gold loans. And RBI also stresses the regulatory reforms with prior notification to the borrower and recovery limited with the financial institutions. Let's see the purpose of gold auction. When it comes to the purpose, it speaks about recover stressed or non-performing loans and also minimize the financial burden of financial institutions and NBFCs. What is the trigger for the gold auction? This trigger for the gold auction comes from the borrower side who has failed to repay their loan within the stipulated time and also influenced by the economic instability, inflation and gold price fluctuation and stricter regulations which are imposed by RBI. With this, move on to the impacts of gold auction towards borrower side and the financial institution side. From the borrower side, gold auction is the loss of gold which was pledged, which was considered as the asset of the borrower. From institution side, it contributes to fund recovery even though it creates doubt among the reputation of the institution. Let's see in detail about the regulatory measures of RBI in this gold auction. When it comes to the regulatory measures, RBI ensures that transparent and fair action process to be followed. There should be a prior notice to the borrower regarding the gold auction of their asset and also the fair market assessment of gold price. When it comes to the relevance to the economy, this gold auction will reflects in the financial health and credit practices of NBFCs and banks, and also it is impacted in liquidity, lending trends and gold market dynamics. On the whole, these gold auctions are triggered by the borrower's end which was irresponsible towards their repayment of loans and from now onwards, Reserve Bank of India regulates strictly towards this gold auction to financial institutions, banks and NBFCs towards this gold auction. With this information, let's try to solve the prelims practice question. Which of the following statement about gold auction is or are correct? Gold auctions are conducted only after the borrower default on the loan repayment. The Reserve Bank of India has set a maximum loan to value ratio for NBFCs lending against gold. Borrowers can reclaim their pledged gold even after the action is completed. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, option D 1, 2 and 3. The answer is 1 and 2 only because as per the statement 3, borrowers cannot claim their pledged gold even after the auction is completed. The only way borrower can recover their gold before the action, after the auction, no one can claim their asset from the banks or NBFCs as per the RBI rules. With this, let's move on to the next article. In this article, we are going to see in detail about what is Pegasus, how Pegasus is threat to our personal data and role of cyber security of India in this case. First, what is Pegasus? Pegasus is the highly advanced spyware which was developed by the Israel-based company NSO Group, which involves in infiltrates smartphones and devices for unauthorized access to private data. When it comes to the key features of this spyware, it infiltrates through link, message or calls, even missed via app like WhatsApp, iMessage and etc. Advanced version use zero-click exploits. That is, if you didn't click that link also, they can access your informations like phone calls, photos and other personal data. Capabilities: it can access to text, emails and photos, and also listen to recorded audios, control camera and microphones, and also it gives access to real-time location access. Now let's see why this Pegasus spyware is created. The intended purpose to create this spyware is marketed as the tool for combating terrorism and serious crimes, but it was intentionally involved in misuses like surveillance of journalists, activists and opposition leaders in other countries to know their accountability towards their party or their purpose of conducting the program. Let's see the controversies towards this spyware. This spyware was globally misused for targeted surveillance towards the politician, journalist and activist of the society. It results in public outcry and legal challenges like personal data infiltration. With this, let's see cybersecurity. Let's see cybersecurity of India. Cybersecurity in India, which was managed by Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology, and it develops under legal framework, example IT, that is Information Technology Act 2000, Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. Next, cyber security group that is solely responsible to ensure digital system and data security towards Indian citizens and politicians, activists and journalists. But this spyware was affecting this security among the citizens of India. Now this became the biggest controversy towards the Pegasus spyware. Crime Control Cooperation Centers established under Ministry of Home Affairs, which was launched in January 2020 with the objective of combat cybercrime through capacity building, research, training and investigation support. With this, let's move on to the cybersecurity initiatives towards Indian government. The first one is National Cyber Security Policy 2013, which ensures security cyber ecosystem, protect information infrastructure, R&D in research and development in cyber security, which established 24/7, which ensures national critical information infrastructure protection centers under this scheme, and also it creates capacity building through training. The second one is Indian Computer Emergency Research Center, which is responsible to cybersecurity incidents happened within the territory of India, which also issues guidelines to mitigate vulnerabilities towards cyber threat. The third one is Cyber Surakshit Bharat Initiative 2018. It creates awareness for government officials like opposition leaders, committee members and parliamentary committee groups who are handling cyber security threat frequently. And also it ensures the security towards Chief Information Secretary offices, and also training programs conducted with partners like Microsoft, Intel and Wipro to combat this cyber security threats. The fourth one is Information Security Education and Awareness Program. It trains IT professionals and government staffs towards cyber security and also creates basic awareness for citizens among the schools and colleges. It also involves in the research and development in cyber security technologies in school level. Cybercrime prevention against women and children, which was established in 2017 through online reporting portal cybercrime.government.in. Women and children can report their cyber threat in this platform for the speedy recovery, and also in this program helps by forensic labs for investigation purpose. It also be the law enforcement sensitization program towards women and children towards cyber security. With this information, try to solve the prelims practice question. Consider the following statement regarding Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center. It is launched by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Statement 2, it is focusing only on post-crime investment. Statement 3, National Cybercrime Reporting Portal is one of the main component of Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center. How many of the above statement is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, all of the above. Option D, none of the above. The answer is one only. With this, let's come to the conclusion. If you like this video, hit like, do comment your valuable suggestions and share this video to your friends. At the end, don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you for listening.